Good evening, everyone. Salam alaikum. We'll wait for 1 minute. Attendees are joining now. After the minute, we'll start the session, today's session. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, on the right-hand side corner, you will find the Q&A. You can click on that and you can post your questions. Okay, let's start. Yeah, hi everyone. This is this month we are running the Azure DevOps series to target the Azure Qatar audience, mostly the developers. Out of the 4 series, 3 series already completed. This is the 4th series. How to develop and deploy the applications to Azure Kubernetes using Azure DevOps is today's session. The first series was, the introduction to the Azure DevOps first steps, and the second one was the how do you automate the infrastructure using the Terraform by deploying the Azure Compute resources to Azure. And the third one, how to build and deploy the container web apps. We have seen that in the last session. Today's session is the same, but building and then deploying it to Azure Kubernetes service using the Azure DevOps. This is today's session. And as the series is coming to the closure, in the coming Azure Mondays, these are the 4 other series which in the coming every Monday. We'll be discussing about Azure Compute, the virtual machines, and then virtual machine scale set, and then we'll discuss about Azure Storage, and then we'll have Azure Key Vault. So all these sessions are interrelated, as we have seen in the previous sessions on Azure DevOps. When we are deploying to Azure Web Apps or even Azure Kubernetes, we again come down to compute. So a few requests has come down to give a session on Azure Compute. So the next coming sessions, we will be discussing about Azure Compute and Storage and Key Vault. These are the upcoming events on every Monday. This is about me bio. I'm the myself Malik. I'm the cloud solution architect. These are my few certifications. Today's agenda. What is Azure Kubernetes Service? And then Azure Container History. In the last session, we discussed about when we are deploying Azure Web Apps, we use the build and deploy to Azure Container History. In the last session, we couldn't get detail about Azure Container History. Today, we'll see what is Container History, what it is useful, what we can do. And then since we are coming to a closure on Azure DevOps series, I want to show you the Azure Demo Generator, how easy it is. As a starter, how you can deploy the existing template applications and Azure DevOps template applications to your projects. Then the pipelines and CI pipeline, CD release, followed by the demo and Q&A. Azure Kubernetes Service, in the last, how do you decide, when to use Azure Kubernetes Service? In the last session, we discussed about when to choose if you are looking for a microservice architecture, Azure Web App Services, no. In case if you have the containerized applications where you are doing a lift and shift, or you just want to run your code, the ASP.NET, Node.js, Ruby, Java, Python, you can use Azure App Service. Then when to use the Azure Kubernetes service? When you are looking for a the microservice architecture need to be deployed, and you need a full orchestration. Full-fledged orchestration is required to manage your application, to scale your applications. So that is where the Azure Kubernetes gives you the holistic, complete approach to deploy your container or microservice-based applications. To recap, what is app service? And this is you have either you can run your code or you can run the Docker container, Windows or Linux based apps in Azure App Service. These are the programming languages which are supported to run your code there. So as we said, apps can run in any app service plan. Is nothing but a compute. What is the compute which you are selecting to run an app service plan is all about the app service plan. If you're running an app service, I mean, as we discussed about the app service plans in the last session, we have a shared compute, a dedicated, and then isolated compute. This we talked about. The coming sessions, I think next Monday we'll talk about compute. You'll come to know what is that compute, what kind of models we have available in compute. Let's say you're going to deploy your app service plan in isolated. During isolated, you get the dedicated compute. You can select the dedicated compute plans. Let's say VM SKUs. Coming to this today's session, yeah, it's all about again compute. When how do you choose the compute platform when you want to deploy the container-based applications? It is in the Azure documentation. It is clearly mentioned. Let's say you are going with a single monolithic app. You can choose the Azure App Service, or let's say you want to go with the entire app. You have an entire architecture where you have web, you have your any other middleware tier, and then you have your database. So this entire, you can choose the orchestration such as Azure Kubernetes, which supports the microservice entire architecture. Or also the app service also supports if you have one or more backends. App service also supports in the last session I have shown you can have your app with the DB backend using app service. You can do that. And then microservices also, if you are deploying your microservices, you can choose the Azure Kubernetes or a serverless functions. It is available. And this is the decision, how do you choose when you are deploying the container-based applications onto the available. We have virtual machines, we have container instances, app services, Azure Kubernetes functions, Azure Batch Jobs. So it is, if you see the table, what is recommended and what is possible, there are some limitations when I say possible. Not every deployment can be accustomed into the architectures. This is about choosing the compute when we are going to deploy the container-based applications. Yeah, what is Azure Container Registry? It allows you to build and store, manage the images, the container-based images. And then let's say you want to run, you build an artifacts, and artifacts can be pushed to ACR so that it can be reused by your team, or during any other deployments. You can build your artifacts and store those artifacts into the ACR, Azure Container Registry, and then reuse them during your deployments using the CI/CD pipelines, using Azure DevOps or any other. And to the fact, it's not necessary to be Azure DevOps. Yes, you can, in case if the Azure Container Registry has your artifacts, you can download them and you can use them through your deployment, container deployments. And there's another thing, ACR task. You can build your images on demand using ACR tasks. ACR is nothing but Azure Container Registry tasks. And you can also have the automated builds triggered by the source code updates. It will trigger the automatic image updates. This is the Azure Container Registry contains this Azure ACR tasks also. When it comes to Azure Container Registry roles and permissions, these are the permissions which we have in case if let's say user wants to push and pull, what kind of access you require, or a service principal if you're using a managed identity or a service principal. So these are the roles which need to be given so that the person can or a app can go and download or a push image, or you can manage the images. Let's say you want to delete the image, you want to create an image, you want to tag the image. So these are the available permissions which are a contributor, reader. Anyway, like in Azure role permissions, you will have a contributor, you will have a reader. Here something called ACR push is available, ACR pull is available. These are the roles and role permissions which are available for ACR. I think for the Azure AKS, we need a when we are going to create and deploy, we need a contributor permission to create and deploying the images when we are doing it through Azure DevOps. In between, let's create the AKS cluster. It takes time. So let's deploy the AKS cluster, and then we'll come back to the slides again. So for today's session, let's deploy the deploying. I already have a AKS cluster, but I'm deploying AKS2 for today's demo. Okay. Yeah, it is a triggered one. I think the release pipeline has been triggered. I have the AKS creation via Terraform. If you see here, let me increase the font. These are the available. When it comes to AKS creation, these are the available Kubernetes version. I've chosen 2.7. Currently 2.21, 2.1 is in preview. So let's see the plan and then we'll go back to the slides. So for today's demo, I'm creating the AKS cluster now. It takes 8 to 10 minutes to provision. Meanwhile, this is the Azure Qatar meetup group where we will post all our events. I think the next Wednesday, my colleague is having a session on Azure Cognitive Services. So you can go here, and even in case of if you have missed any session, you can go to the past events, and then on the event, I'm posting the video of the event recording. You can go and visit there. You can check the video link. This is our meetup group. Okay, I think so. Let's see. So here, yeah, we are going to create the. So this is going to be the AKS name, and this is going to be the resource group. Okay, I think it is being deployed now. Let's approve this. Okay, meanwhile, it will be running in the backend. Let's move back to the slides. Yeah, we were talking about Azure Container Registry. Azure Container Registry is about creating images and then also storing artifacts. Also, you can do an automated task using Azure Container Registry. And also we have a webhook. So I think I missed the point. Using webhook, you can trigger the continuous builds in the Azure Container Registry. These are the roles and permissions. What is Azure Kubernetes service? It is nothing but, the container applications can be easily deployed to the AKS. It is a fully managed Kubernetes service. Azure has opted the Kubernetes platform, and then it has been deployed as a fully managed Kubernetes service as AKS. AKS offers the integrated continuous CI/CD pipelines. I will show that during the demo. And you can have the enterprise grade security governance. You can incorporate Azure Kubernetes service with Azure policies and Azure Security Center. Let's say using Azure policies, it will show you what is compliance, what is non-compliance. For example, if you see here, this is my compliance. This is my existing AKS. If I go to the policy center, it will show you what is complaint. Currently, I have not deployed any policies. You can assign a policy. It is inbuilt policies, the inbuilt policies which are already available. You can deploy them to your cluster so that it can be auditable or it can enforce. Policies can be when you say audited, they will tell you what is in non-compliance. When it is enforced, it is must. And these are available using the Azure Security Center, Azure policies. You can govern your AKS. Yes, we have a containerized platform to rapidly build and deliver the applications. This is about the small introduction about AKs to limit the time constraint. We'll have a detailed session maybe in September about yeah, Azure Kubernetes service and an app service. What is the difference and how to choose them in between both of them. The microservice architecture I was talking about. If you see here, you have a, let's say in this case, they have taken a GitHub and then you have a DevOps and then using DevOps, you're building your, if you see the step 3, you will be your using DevOps, you're building your image, container image, and then you are pushing it to container registry. From there, you know, the fourth one, the number 4, you can start deploying into the AKS cluster. You have AKS cluster, which is running with the .NET workloads, Node.js and Python workloads. You can have the AKS can have a backend as an SQL database, Azure Cosmos DB, and then Azure MySQL database. When it comes to 8, 5, 4, and 5, a developer and an admin access using in case if the private cluster, you can have your admin server there. From there, you can access your cluster. For instance, I have created a public cluster. AKS clusters can be private and public. If you just go here in the AKS cluster, and if you click on connect, you see here it is they are the quite simple. When you click on connect, it will give you a help, you know, how to set your subscription, how to get your credentials to connect to your AKS, and then the Kubernetes kubectl commands, you know, the basic commands to see what other deployments are going on or to get the namespaces. It is a quite friendly UI. They have been presented by Microsoft when it comes to Azure AKS. Yeah, this is about the Microsoft architecture. One of the sample, you can have an Active Directory integration also with the AKS. Yeah, this is just simple microservice architecture, how it can be developed, how it can be presented. Yeah. Let's see the, I think that there are, what you call, in today's agenda, we have where is it? Sorry. Yeah, in today's agenda, we have the Azure DevOps demo generator. You will see that now. Okay, so yeah, I think this AKS is being created. Kubernetes AKS is being created, and then as I was talking, the role permission, you know, when we to the I'm giving the role permission to the AKS contributor role I'm providing to the newly created AKS of the ACR. I have an ACR here. The Azure Qatar is my container registry name. For this ACR, I'm providing the contributor access to the cluster service principal, which is being created there. I think, yeah, so you see the 0 to AKS is being created. Meanwhile, let's go to the Azure DevOps, you know, demo generator. See, today I just want to show you the, this is the sample application which we will be going to create. Here, we are using the Azure SQL as a backend in today's example lab. I think this is available in this particular example is available in Azure DevOps demo generator. Today we'll see that. Let's say you go here using Azure. Let's say I'm closing this. If you go here and then this is the Azure DevOps generator. What is it? When you let me show, let me sign in. Here, the Microsoft has given the templates. You know, you can quickly, as a developer or an admin or an infrastructure admin of a DevOps, I mean, DevOps SRE, can just quickly go and check the sample templates. So let's say if you are looking for a Java application, Azure Web App and MySQL, you can deploy this. So that the last application which I've shown, this is the same example which I deployed when I'm deploying the. Let me pick that up, and this is the Azure Web App which I shown in the last example. This is the app service which I deployed. Okay, 1 second. So I think my shuttle dev. This is the same application which I have deployed using this. So go in there and you can deploy, you can select the template and you can deploy it. Here you have DevOps Labs, you have Microsoft Learn, you have community. In case if you have your own templates which are available, you can upload them and you can share with your team. So today is for deploying this example, which is available here. We are going to go. The clear steps are given in this particular URL. I think step-by-step procedures are very quite clear. So let me show you that today. So this is the template which is mentioned there. So you need to select the template and you need to select your organization. I'm selecting my organization. You can give your project name. Let's say I'm giving as I already created. I'm giving a case too. So in the first Azure DevOps session, we talked about the extensions. Extensions are required to run your jobs in Azure DevOps. So here for this for this template, these are the two extensions which are required in my organization. As are these extensions are already installed, so it is green. So what you need to do is just click create project. When you go back to your Azure DevOps, what it will do in the backend? Not yet kicked off. Project AKS2 has been created. Yes, project AKS2 is being, you see the, this project is being kicked by the template. In this example, what is it required? If you see here, the architecture, we require an Azure Container Registry, we need an AKS, and we need an Azure SQL. I have already deployed the Azure SQL here. This is my so this is the Azure SQL Server, and this is the database which I already deployed. I have repeated the steps, I have not changed anything. The MHSEDB is the database name which is specified here. I use the same. A clear, precise instructions are given here how to create your, let's say, resource group or create a AKS. And then since I have already AKS created, now I already have a database. This is the command, fifth command to create your database. So in this template, what it is going to be, the template will be deployed in the backend. In parallel, you have to create these items, let's say AKS and a Azure Container Registry and then SQL database. Here I have an SQL database here, and then so I've already created my ACR is already available, and then I have an AKS. Okay. So the instructions are given. You have to note these instructions. Let's say when the database server name need to be given. Once the pipelines are created, there are variables in the pipelines which need to be given. We will give that now. Okay. So I think this is completed. Let's go there. Okay, so here it is. If you see here, this is the pipeline which will be created for you. This is the CI pipeline, the build pipeline. When you go to releases, the Azure DevOps demo generator will create you the entire project and you create the pipelines. What you have to do once it is done, you need to edit the required parameters in the pipelines, which is already given in the documentation. If you follow the documentation, if you see here, these are the values which need to be given. Let's say, what is ACR name? What is ACR name and what is database name? So these are the variables which we need to give. So due to the time constraint, I already have one. Let me show you that. If you go to your build pipeline, this is the My Health AKS build application. If I go to the pipeline, you see these are the inputs which need to be given once the pipeline is created using the DevOps demo generator. So once these variables are ready, you just need to, if you see the pipeline, this is the .NET build which is going to happen. Everything is being constructed using the DevOps generator. If you go and see, so if you see the AKS YAML, what it is being replaced in the let's see, I will give you an example what happens in the app settings.json. If you go here, so if you see the variables, this is the database name and then login password need to be given in the variables. You see this is the screen I've shown you there. Here you need to give that. Where is the replace? Yeah, this is the replace. This is the task. If you see the task, what each task is doing, there is a clear explanation here. So what it will do when you run this replace token task extension, I call it as an extension task. What it will do is this in this file, it will replace the uh, Azure Container Registry name. If you have whatever is given in the pipeline, that will be replaced in the YAML file. And then the database, the host name, which we have copied the database host name, that will be replaced in the app setting JSON. And then it will run the CS project. You will see the .NET build, and then you see the image is being built here, and then image will be pushed here, and the artifacts are being saved. These are the tasks which run through this build pipeline. You see here, these are the tasks which are running. So as I said, these are the replace tokens which we are replacing the variables which are being given here. Let's say ACR name. This ACR name will be replaced in the YAML file. The mhc.aks.yaml file will be replaced. And let me show you that. Yeah, we're still time. Let me go to the code. I'll show you the file so that you'll get an understanding. So here, if you see the mhc.aks file, you see here ACR name. So what happens? This replace token will replace this ACR name. Since you are this is the variable which you are giving in the pipeline, the variable will replace the ACR name here. So that is how this replace token task will be helpful. Same like app settings of JSON. The database name will be changed there. So this is the code will be generated when you using the Azure DevOps demo generator. When you create the project, a code will be created and then pipeline also will be created. What you need to do, all you need to do is that you need to replace the variables and then run your pipeline. As simple as that. So now I have placed my variables here and then just click on the run the pipeline. Okay, what happened here? Okay. Anyways. See what we are doing now. We are running the pipeline, so it will take time. We will come back to this. So the .NET build, ASP.NET build is happening here using this project. When using Azure DevOps Demo Generator, this project is for running the ASP.NET. If you see here, it is it is pulling an image to run the build. ASP.NET Core, it is pulling the image and then it will be running the build. And then it will publishes and then it takes this build services will do the image build, and then push services is nothing but pushing the image to the Azure container registry, which is already there. I'll let this run and then we'll come back. So here, when you go to, let's say here, there's a new feature in AKS which is under preview. Let's create one namespace. Namespace is like a kind of a placeholder where your all your deployments be deployed. Okay, metadata, name, demo. Okay, Azure Monday. Yeah, I'll have my labels here. Let's see. App is a Spring Boot. Then it runs on a Linux. If you see here, if there is any invalid syntax in the YAML file, it will give you immediately. In the bottom, it is shown as a invalid format. Yeah. So we are creating Azure Mondays. We are creating a namespace in the Kubernetes. If you see, I'm showing the labels of each namespace. I think it is deployed. The namespace is being created now. Let's refresh. Yeah, this is the Azure Mondays namespace we just created. Okay, so how to build and deploy? If you see the deployment center here, there's a new feature which is under preview. I think you will love it. Let me show you. In just clicks away, you can create a pipeline, CA and CD pipeline. It is nothing but when you have a source code, it is like a source to image and then deployment. So now my code, let's say, let me show you where is my code. Let me go to the another project. I think this is done. If you see the push services, you will see the image name which is being published. Okay, this is the latest tag which is being published here. Let me go to the what you call ACR. Let's open the ACR here, Azure Gather, and go to the repositories. So these are my repositories. These are the different images which I have. The image which is being built. This is the image which is being built. So it is 94. How it is 94? Let me show you that. I think this build number is 94. It is pushed as the latest. Yeah. Okay. I think it is pushed as the latest. Anyways, so we have a latest image of the this is the latest image which is being pushed just now. And now the release pipeline would have been triggered. Now let's go to releases. Now we have a CI pipeline which is run, AKS build pipeline. Let's go to the releases. There is a error here. Let's see what it is. AKS and then okay, some issue here. Let's say let's run this. Enable this task. We need to okay, that's it. Let's save it and create the release. We are creating, there was an agent selection issue, the pipeline agent. Now so if you see here, this is the build 2021-06-14-1. I think that is the yeah 2021-06-14-1. This is the build. That is where the release is running now. So using the DevOps demo generator, we have created a project and that has created a repository that has created a pipeline, CI/CD pipeline. CI pipeline is successful, successfully ran, and it created an image. Now it is doing a deployment. It is running the SQL job. It is doing an SQL job now, and it will deploy the image to the Kubernetes in the next step. So what I was telling here, yeah, let's wait for this so that it will be continuation. I think this database SQL task will take some time. So what I was telling here in the AKS, when you go to AKS here, this is your AKS cluster. Let's say you don't know how to create your pipeline or whatever, you have your source code. From the source code, you want to create your pipeline to deploy onto AKS. So how do you do that? You go to your deployment center. You create and add a project. You can select wherever is source code is. Let's say my source code is in Azure Repos. My organization is Azure Qatar, and then my project is Azure DevOps project is DevOps. And then I have a Spring Boot application. Okay, it's a sample Spring Boot application. So let's go there. What is the next? This is the second click. So it has detected the Docker file. Docker file consists of a Maven build, and then after doing the build, Maven packaging, then it runs the image. It creates the image and it runs this is the entry point. So I'm selecting the build context is the current folder. There's a second click. It will ask you whether you want to choose the any namespace. You can use an existing one. I'm choosing Azure Monday, so we just created now. And this is the Azure Qatar. This is the repository which we have. I'm selecting the repository. Done. So in 3 clicks, okay, using this AKS deployment center, it will create your pipeline of CI/CD and it will do all the job. Only the thing is your source code need to be ready. There are 2 ways of deploying, when it comes to doing a Docker builds. Either you do your packaging and then using the package you do. Let me show you that. Let's see that. Okay, this is I think the SQL job is completed. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think the AKS name is wrong in the variables. Let's correct that. Not here. AKS name is correct. Okay, the namespace is wrong. Build by -AKS. And this is the AKS name. I think AKS name is wrong. Let's correct the pipeline build. Whether we have the namespace like that. You go here in the AKS cluster and you can look at the namespaces. We have build deploy AKS. Yeah. Okay, let's rerun the pipeline. Like this task is already completed. I'm just disabling this task. I don't want to run anymore. I'm just running these 2 tasks which have failed. Okay. So what we have did now in the build deploy case. Okay, I'm just saving it and I'm rerunning the pipeline. There is no code change here. Only in the pipeline, I think the existing pipeline, I have given a wrong name of the namespace, which is not available. Due to that, it has failed. Okay. So the Azure DevOps Generator CI is completed. Now we are running the CD release. Meantime, what we have done, we went to the AKS cluster using the deployment center. In 3 clicks. We have created a using the source to image and deploy. If you see here, this is the one which we created a minute ago. And you click on this build. Okay. See, the pipeline is running already. Pipeline is being created and the build is running. I have not created any pipeline. In 3 clicks, the pipeline is ready and pipeline is already triggered. I've just pointed my source code. So only the source code, as I was telling, source code as a Docker file, it has detected the Docker file. Based on that, it created the pipeline. If you want to get into details, what pipeline it is created, you click on this, you see. Checkout has been done. Now it is building the image. It is downloading the Maven repo packages. And finally, after building the image, it will push the image to the ACR. Let's go to the My Health. Okay, what happened here? Oh, sorry, I have a limit. Let me increase that. This is one of the thing in your project. When you have multiple pipelines running, you need to increase your parallel jobs so that Microsoft Hosted. Let's change that. So increasing it, and I'm saving it. Let's go back. Now we have increased the pipeline limit. Let's go to AKS. Go to the releases. I think now, yeah, it has detected. Now it will run as we increase the number of pipelines to run. Let me go here and see. Still, this is running. Yeah, this is the problem when we run during the live demos. Takes time. Okay, done. Yeah, I think the building an image is completed. If you see here, the image, we have not given anything. We have just done a clicks. 3 clicks, we have done it. It has created the pipeline. It defined its pipeline variables, and everything is done by itself. Okay. What has happened here? Okay. The release. So let me take my go to my pipeline. Let's select the. I've just selected my own agent. Let me cancel the other one. Oh, okay. I think it has already started. Anyway, I just want to cancel this. Okay. So let this run through. I think this will run. This release will run on my agent. Okay. It's taking time to detect it. Anyway, so here what happened using the deployment center, we created a build. Now, okay, let's see this. What it is created. I have not gone to the project. I have not seen anything. You see the build has ran. Then 3 clicks, it has created a pipeline, CI pipeline and CD pipeline. and now it is running the release one. You just click here. It is already running. You see, this is the CD pipeline. Where is the CA pipeline? This is the CA pipeline. We just created automated, which is automatically created using the AKS deployment center. I think this is the build pipeline. It is done. Okay. If you go to the variables, right? See, this is the app name. When you generate using the deployment center, later you can go and let's say edit the pipeline. This pipeline has been created by the Azure AKS deployment center. If you want to change your app name, you can change your app name and rerun the pipeline. Now let's go to the whether this app is being deployed or not. We'll see that in what is the namespace? It is the Azure Mondays. Let's go to the cluster. And then let's go to the workloads. Azure Mondays. You see, I have just created in front of you, I just created namespace, and then using 3 clicks, using the deployment center, I have pointed my source code. That's all. So this deployment center has created a CA pipeline and CD pipeline. Now application is ready. How to access this application? You go to services and you select your namespace, which is Azure Mondays, and then click on the, you see, your application is ready. In a few clicks is a Spring Boot application, which we deployed using the build and deployed via Azure DevOps on a case. So this is the comfort you get when you are deploying through deployment center. And if you want to see what it has been created, if you go to the pipeline, this is the AKS generated pipeline. These here there are no variables in the CA pipeline. What it is doing, it is this my Spring Boot repository, which I while creating the through deployment center, I've just you have seen I've selected my repos. That's all. So let's go to the repository and see what it is. This is my Spring Boot repository. This is where my code exists. When you selected the in the AKS deployment center, when you selected the Azure repos and you pointed your repository, it will detect this file. And then based on this, it will create the pipelines. And then it creates a CA pipeline, and then it creates the CD pipeline. See, either 2 ways you can do it. Yeah, during the Docker file itself, you can do your packaging and then you can do your imaging. Why I'm saying that, let me show you the other one. I think too many open. Let's go to DevOps here. Pipelines. Let's say, yeah, you see this. See, if you see this pipeline, right? Let me edit this pipeline. This is a little different when you see here. What I'm doing, I'm running a Maven task here. When compared to okay, when compared to the other pipeline. So this pipeline, if you see here we don't have Maven task here. So why we don't have Maven task here? Since what we are doing in the Docker file itself, we are doing the Maven packaging. So it is up to you how you are going to do your build, the building images. So there are ways to do it, whichever you are comfortable, you can do it. Here, what I'm doing here, I'm just doing the package and I'm doing the based on the in pom.xml, I have a targets where the jar file will be created. From the targets, I'm making the build image. Same thing here. If you see here from that, this is where the jar is being created in the Docker file. From there, I'm building it. And then I'm putting the entry point as a so-and-so jar file. So simple as that. So what you have seen here. So Let's hit the application again. You go to your namespaces, you go to service. You go to your Azure Mondays, and then, yeah, this is what the application Spring Boot application is being deployed here. And meanwhile, we also deployed the build and deploy AKS. What we have deployed, we deployed the MSC. This is so this is an application which we deployed. So what we have created here, this is the second demo, part of this today's event, using Azure DevOps Labs from the Azure DevOps Lab, using the what do you call is this demo generator? Yeah, using this Azure. Sorry, yeah, using this DevOps generator, we created a project, and then project has created the pipelines, and the CI/CD pipeline is deployed. If you click on this, this is the application. If you want to log in, so this application is backed by Azure SQL. It's quite simple using the Azure DevOps generator. What you need to do when the pipeline is being created, you need to point the variables, which is like ACR and then SQL hostname. I think the detailed documentation is, if you follow the steps, definitely you'll be able to succeed in deploying this demo, this particular to achieve this microservice-based architecture. This one. Yeah. So the other model, which I said this is under preview, which is deployment center, how to build and deploy, how to create a pipelines. So you can see here on the namespace Azure Mondays, we have a build and we have a release here. So once again, if you see here, what you need to do, you need to point your repository. That's all. It will detect your organizations. Let's say I'm doing a web app. I have a web app, and then it detects my Docker file. Based on the Docker file, it creates a pipeline. It creates a task. In a few clicks, you are creating your CI/CD pipeline ready. This is under preview. However, I verified it. It's working as expected. Soon it will be generally available. So for starters, as a developer, I can quickly use that. So I want to explore what is the pipeline which is being created. These are the two tasks which is created. And what is a CD? If you go to the CD pipeline, web releases. This is the only run. I have not created any pipeline. This one, it is being created by itself. And if you see here, okay. So let's go back to the pipeline. If you see here, this pipeline, edit the pipeline. What it is doing here, it is creating a secrets for you. It is generating a manifest of YAML file. This is the YAML file which is being created by itself. So it is creating, this is the image which is being built. You want to verify the image. Let's go back to the Azure Container. See what is AKS name here? 01 AKS AB4. Let's go back. And you refresh your repository. You see here. And this is the image which is being created, and the build tag is 95, the build ID. So everything is automated. As a starter, you can start looking at it so that you will get an idea how to build and deploy apps into AKS. We will get a detailed demo on AKS soon in September. It's a big complex thing. AKS, we'll have a complete 1 hour session to deep dive session on. We'll explain about AKS, what is private cluster, and then what are node pools, how to run your this node pool is Linux. In case if you have Windows workloads, you can have a Windows node pool too. Right. So this is about today's session. Let's see the Q&A. Okay, I'm sorry, we have let me recording is available. 1 second. The jobs are service for Docker image scanning. I'll tell you that. The last one shows 94. Thank you for that. Okay. I'll answer that. Select which content publish. What is the HFR Kubernetes cluster? Okay, I think I'll put a Q&A. We have quite a number of questions here today. Okay, so they were coming to the first question. How to map my public IP to the custom domain? Yes, you can do that. Using the when you have the DNS zones, when you have a DNS zone created where you can have your I think in the last session I have shown that how to map the custom domains. In the coming sessions, yes, to answer it can be we can do that. When we run the AK's complete deep dive, I will show you how to create the custom domain name to the public IP. Just for example, here for an application, there is a public IP is created to map our custom DNS. Yeah, this is the public IP. And then the next question. Yes, sir. It checks the Docker file. It checks the Docker file. Also, it checks the both. If you have a Docker Compose file, using, let's say your code is having a Docker file or a Docker Compose file, it checks both. Based on that, the pipeline will be created using the deployment center. Yes, of course, it's a great feature at the deployment center. It's quite easy, for the developers or the starters. Quickly you can run the pipelines. Okay, so the question is, when we use Terraform as a provision engine for Azure Infra VMs, any best practice to include them in Azure pipelines? Yes, when you are provisioning the Azure VMs and you're using Terraform, you're going to maintain the parameters. I think that is where itself is the best practices which you are going to put in. Let's say you have a standard tags need to be there. Those compliance will be done using the Azure Terraform. There is no one any other practice we can say. I mean, using Terraform, you can create your VMs in whatever the best suitable to your organization. Our recordings of the previous, yes, previous recordings are available. You can go to the Azure Meetup group. There you will find the past events. In the past events, I am posting the YouTube links. Yes, I think in the presentation I have shown you that when it comes to ACR, right? See this. What is the question? Let's go to the question. Does Azure have a service for Docker image scanning? There is a question. See, you can enable Azure Defender for container registries. You can do that on a subscription level. So the security center will do the scanning of the images, which is pushed to the registry. I think this feature is charged. You can do that. You can enable the Azure Defender for your images. Yes, we can do that. Okay, last one is 94. Yeah, thanks for that. Yes, the question is, so in my source code, I need a Docker Compose file. Either yes, you can have your Docker file or a Docker Compose file. So that in OpenShift, we have something like that. Using your Docker file, you create the S2A images. The same concept here, they call that as a deployment center using your Docker file, which Docker file describes how you are going to build your image. What is HA for Kubernetes cluster? This is the question we'll answer during the, I think, yeah, this is this question we'll answer in the coming sessions. How you're going to plan the HA for the Kubernetes cluster. I think that's all for today. But can try this. Let me see. Is there any link that can try this? Thanks. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the feedback. Yeah, I would love to hear your feedback. Appreciate that. In case, there is one more request today from the Bangalore community to host a few sessions. We are ready to do that. In case if you are looking for any session, it's just a shootout call to the developers or Azure enthusiasts. If you need any session, you can find me on my LinkedIn, or you can on the session you can comment on the Azure Meetup group. You can put a comment saying that you are looking for any session which you are interested in. We will prepare and we can give the presentation on that. Yeah, thank you.